As of now, she's being charged as a fugitive from justice, which is a felony. Wright Robinson's next court appearance will be on Monday. She's being held without any bond. And this is the second arrest in this murder investigation within the last 2 weeks. Police arrested Billy Turner. They charged him with murder back on December 5th. And according to law enforcement, Wright Robinson and Billy Turner knew one another. They both attended the Mount Olive No. 1 Missionary Baptist Church, where Turner was a deacon, and Shari Wright Robinson also acted as an assistant minister. Lorenzen Wright was last seen alive on July 18th in 2010 when he left the home of Shari Wright. His body was found on July 28, 2010 in a field near Hacks Cross in Winchester. The 34-year-old had been shot multiple times. This news conference is about to begin at any minute now. We are told that it's being delayed just a few minutes. We were told it was about to start at 9 o'clock. This is a big development because now we have a friend, or shall we say, maybe at best an acquaintance of Lorenzen Wright, having been charged with first-degree murder. But there, you see the picture there, is his ex-wife, Shari Wright Robinson. She is expected to be charged with first-degree murder. That is what the Atlanta Journal-Constitution is quoting from his mother, Deborah Marion, telling that newspaper that she was told by the Memphis Police Department that Shari Wright Robinson will be charged with first-degree murder in the death of her son, Lorenzen Wright, a former basketball player, NBA star, hometown guy, native here of Memphis, went to high school here, played many teams in the NBA, rounding his career, of course, with the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis Grizzlies, known for his charitable contributions and philanthropy to many organizations and non-profit civic groups here in Memphis, Tennessee. His death back in July of 2010, a mystery. It made national headlines. It was something that seemed to have baffled the Memphis police as well as the Shelby County District Attorney's Office for 7 years. But as many of you know, of course, his mother, Deborah Marion, refused to let this case just fade away. In fact, she is going to his gravesite within the next few minutes to tell, she always does, to visit with the grave of her late son. I checked with the Riverside County Sheriff's Department website, and we have discovered that Wright Robinson, she has a court date on Monday morning. She's been charged with a fugitive from justice, which is a felony, and as again, she's being held without bond. Now, what's going to happen over in California is that she is going to have what they call an extradition hearing. And local defense attorneys tell me that this is basically a hearing to bring her back to Memphis to face charges. We're told that the grand jury obviously indicted her in this case. The the indictment has been sealed. We've been looking for that warrant, been checking websites, and it's not yet been made public. This process will basically be a chance for the court system out there in an extradition hearing is simply to say, are you indeed Shari Wright Robinson? If she agrees and says she is, and then the process will begin to try and see how soon they can get to move her back to Memphis to face charges. You're looking at a lake down in Mississippi, and this is a lake that really was a pivotal point in this investigation because that's where Memphis police found a weapon that they say was used to kill Lorenzen Wright. We're going to go to the news conference because that's what's happening right now. People are walking into the building. You see Police Director Mike Rawlings. He's at the podium. He's getting some aids and paperwork there from his Lieutenant for Communications. Let's dip into the press conference now.
We're from the South, folks. Normally somebody says good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Director Rawlings. We still got a couple folks walking. All right, everybody ready? All right, good morning. Thank you for coming out. I'll start with a prepared statement. I'll be followed by a number of speakers. District Attorney General Amy Ward, Mayor Jim Strickland, Chief Wright from the Shelby County Sheriff's Office, and then we'll turn it over to Major Darren Goods, who's the operational commander of the multi-agency gang unit. The Lorenzo Wright case has stayed in the public eye for many years, and we have never given up hope that we will bring those responsible parties to justice. Today, we're able to announce another piece of the puzzle is in place. The Memphis Police Department's multi-agency gang unit and homicide investigators, in conjunction with our local, state, and federal partners, have worked tirelessly to get to this point. Shira Wright Robinson has been indicted for conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, criminal attempt first-degree murder, and first-degree murder for her ex-husband, Lorenzo Wright. Shira Wright Robinson was taken into custody last night in Riverside, California, by the members of the U.S. Marshal Service. I would like to personally thank Major Darren Goods, commander of the multi-agency gang unit, the men and women of the multi-agency gang unit, Shelby County District Attorney's Office, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office, the Collierville Police Department, the U.S. Marshal Service, and I would especially like to thank the Federal Bureau of Investigations. It is because of the commitment to our partnership and the citizens that we serve that we are able to help bring closure to another family affected by senseless violence. As I've said before, 95% of assault homicide cases were committed by someone known to the victim, either a family member, a friend, or an acquaintance. This is another reason why law enforcement needs assistance in solving homicides. In addition, most criminal investigations are initiated by someone, a citizen, calling law enforcement. We need the public to remain a partner in helping us solve these cases. Even when tips come through Crime Stoppers, we don't always have enough evidence to make an arrest. This is why it's imperative for all to share any information that you have, whether it's 2 digits of a tag number, the color of a suspect's shoes. That little bit of information may be the missing piece to help investigators solve the puzzle. Almost every day, I think about the families of 2-year-old Layla Washington. I think about 10-year-old Richard Jordan and the other victims whose cases have not been solved. We need the public to do the right thing and come forward with additional information. I'll now ask our District Attorney General Amy Ward to come to the podium.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This really begins the process of justice. As you heard from Director Rawlings and as you have seen play out in the public eye over the last weeks and months, there are bits and pieces to this case that have been solved. But the defendants that have been indicted this week, Tuesday, the Shelby County Grand Jury returned indictments against Shara Wright and Billy Turner for conspiracy to kill Lorenzo Wright and first-degree murder of Lorenzo Wright. They are presumed innocent until proven guilty. We will begin the process in the criminal court system, and they will be given every protection that they are provided under the state constitution and the federal constitution and the laws of this great state. But it cannot be said enough. But what you see before you this Saturday morning, from Collierville on up to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, this is a team effort. And the law enforcement in this state and in this nation will not sleep, will not rest, will not say No, until people have been found and are brought to justice for the victims of this homicide and the victims of far too many homicides. We all reflected last night on what an incredible week this has been for the multi-agency gang unit. And when we built that unit many years ago, this was what we had in mind. Long-term, complex investigations that took time, that took energy, and took dedication. And the men and women you see standing behind me, the men and women you don't see today, are the best of the best at that. But we also had a great verdict last night in Criminal Court Division 5 for the death of a little 7-year-old girl. And that, too, is the work of this multi-agency gang unit. We realize the public wants to know everything about how and why Lorenzo